Hi everyone, my name is Selina. I am a 31 years old knitter from Frankfurt, Germany. I've been knitting for the past 9 months and I've been super happy to have been discovering this new hobby. I've always been a creative person. I've been sewing a lot in my teenage years. I learned knitting and crocheting in school, but then as the adult life started, I kind of lost most of my creative mojo, to be honest. I took on photography, analog photography, for quite some time, but for the past, 4 years, I've been in kind of a creative rot. Is that the right word? I don't know. I've just not been that much creative as I used to be, and yeah, somehow this year in February I stumbled across a crochet pattern for a balaclava, because at that time balaclavas were really in and in trend, and I tried to crochet a balaclava and I sadly failed. I hardly failed because I used cotton yarn. I had no idea. I bought really cheap yarn, and obviously with cotton it's really stiff, and to then wear it in cold weather outside is not a good idea, so I ripped that off. I then tried to knit because I realized, oh yeah, there's knitting as well, maybe I'll try that again. I tried to knit a scarf with this cotton yarn, but then as well it was super heavy and not how I imagined it. And then I somehow collected all my courage and also talked to a work colleague who has been knitting for years, and I discovered PetiteKnit and knit my first sweater. And since then I've been hooked, and I've been knitting non-stop, and I have also been non-stop watching all those nice knitting podcasts who are out there. I've been really enjoying watching Lydia Rababa. I think it's one of the first podcasters from Germany I discovered. I also enjoy Melina Brell. I also enjoy who else is out there. Wool Friends. I discovered her recently, and now it's really embarrassing that I can't imagine. Oh yeah, the Norwegian knitter, of course. Maybe those are some knitting influencers or knitting creators who I've been really enjoying watching. And since I enjoy watching those knitting podcasts myself so much, I started thinking about making one myself. And now I just am. I'm filming this on my phone. I don't have a microphone yet, so if you hear a lot of back noise or the sound is not good, I'm really sorry. I'm planning to change that, but for now I just want to film something and just try to put it out there and then see how it goes and see if it really sparks up my joy, and if I then want to invest in more professional stuff to film things. Yeah, so this is going to be a classic style knitting podcast. So I'm going to start with what I'm wearing, which is not a knit today, I'm sorry, but also interesting. And then I'm going to tell you about my finished objects. Then I'm going to move on to works in progress. Works in progress? Yeah. And lastly, I'm going to talk about my plans and really exciting acquisitions I got on my last vacation in the Netherlands. And I think in the end I'm also gonna do a non-knitting related little favorites part where I just share recipes, other little things that I really enjoy, maybe also sometimes TV shows. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, so now I'm gonna start. I hope you enjoy watching. If you do so, yeah, feel free to follow or leave a comment, say hi. I have no idea how this works. I think that's how it works. So I'm just gonna do it now. Grab yourself a tea, grab yourself a water, a drink, something to knit maybe, and enjoy watching. Okay, so I'm starting with a non-knitting related thing, but I'm telling you nevertheless what I'm wearing because I love this t-shirt so much. And I considered wearing my knit, but it's somehow really hot today in our apartment, so I'm wearing a t-shirt. And it is this super amazing, super cute t-shirt from a German designer, like illustrator. Yeah, and I'm just looking at this really cute sticker that she put in my order. Her name is Annika Lelarge. I don't know how she's pronounced, I'm sorry if I butchered that. And she makes super cute designs. She also put other little lovely trinks into my order, like super cute. She also does make postcards and little thank you notes. And yeah, I think now that we are really fastly moving in the direction of Christmas and everyone is thinking about knits, gift knits, and also like other gifts, that was something I wanted to share. If you maybe know someone who really likes t-shirts and nice designs, and also the message, obviously good boys don't catcall, is quite nice and important, and so maybe you want to check her out. I'm gonna put the information about her down below in the description box. And now, yeah, we're gonna start with the finished objects that I have to share today. Firstly, I'm gonna show you my Monday sweater by PetiteKnit. I am so happy with this finished object. I've been wearing it for the past 3 weeks non-stop every day, and if I'm able to insert some b-roll, you're gonna see it either on this side or on this side, and also see how I maybe style it, because that's something I super much enjoy about those podcasters I talked in the beginning about. They all have a really amazing and really unique style, and I really enjoy if people show how they actually wear their knits in a day-to-day basis. So I'm going to show you how I am wearing this pullover right now, and then I'm also going to talk about everything. I'm gonna pick up my computer now because I have written down some information because I cannot remember everything. Yeah, so this is the Monday sweater by PetiteKnit. It is a raglan style sweater. I used knitting for olive heavy merino and soft silk mohair, both in the color rust. I actually also have some leftovers, so I can show you how they look together in yarn balls. I hope the camera does focus and you can see the colors. This was my first time knitting with heavy merino from Knitting for Olive. Oops. And I really much enjoyed it. Even though it makes obviously it has a bigger gauge obviously, and it does look different from smaller like finger and weight yarn. So that was just new to me. And yeah, I did, as it is written in the pattern, do a folded collar 1x1 rib. I did knit the collar in, the collar, the cuffs and the hem I did knit up in 3.5mm needles, and the body is knit up in 4mm needles. And I did modify the sweater. I did less raglan increases than in the pattern, and this is actually how I do all my sweaters now, that I just knit to a certain point where I feel like, oh, I could try it on, and then I'm deciding how many more repeats I'm doing, or if I'm just gonna split for body and sleeves earlier than in the pattern. There are a lot of videos about this on YouTube, and I think if you try it out a few times, you kind of know how you want your sweater to fit and what you have to do to then make it fit that way. So same thing for body and sleeves. I also modified them with just like eyeing how long I want the sleeves to be and how long I want the body to be, and then I did a 1x1 rib and then Italian bind off at the end, at the hem. With, I think I did, let me have a look, yeah, I did 2 rows of double knit before I bound off, both in the hem and in the cuff. Yeah, just to make it a bit more flexible, and yeah, that's something I did. Yeah, I think that's all. I super much enjoy this pattern. I'm definitely gonna knit it again. It was really easy to understand and really beginner friendly, and yeah, I'm super happy with the product. Okay, now I'm gonna move on to my next finished object, and you guys, those are my first socks. I had to knit socks in school, as I maybe told you earlier, and I kind of, in the beginning when I started knitting in the beginning of this year, I was thinking like, okay, no, socks, I'm never gonna knit them. I think that's just too hard. They're so small, and I don't know, I couldn't imagine myself being able to do that. But then I saw all people making like so many socks, especially in October, and showing them off, and I was like, oh well, maybe I can try to do the vanilla socks by the crazy sock lady, who does these amazing, really in-depth tutorials, and that's what I did. So I knit up the vanilla socks on magic loop. I knit the second size, so I casted on 64 stitches, and I think I knit the, how is this called? And as you can see, the first sock looks quite different from the second. I wanted to do like these like color the Ferse differently. And the first time I was knitting the first sock, it kind of felt hard to switch colors while knitting this part. And the second time around, I was able to do it. So that's the only reason why there's a stripe on one side and no stripe on the other side. But that's actually quite helpful, because now I have like a right and a left side. Yeah, and I knit the socks up in Atelier Citron Trekking Tweed. I'm gonna put the colors down in the description box below, and I'm gonna show you the yarn because I think it is so beautiful. I hope you can see all the little tweedy specks in there on this color, and also the green one. It is so pretty. Yeah, it is a sock yarn. It has 75% superwash wool and then 25% polyamide. And I've been wearing these socks every day in my winter boots, and I have not been sweating, and yeah, that makes me really happy, and I'm definitely knitting more socks in the future. Okay, now we can come to my last finished object. And this is the Simple Thing scarf. It is a free pattern on Ravelry, and it is made by what is her name? Melina Brell. Yeah, that's her name. The pattern is knit up, or at least I knit it up, in 2.5mm needles. and I did make it in Knitting for Olive Merino soft silk mohair and the merino wool in the color navy, which I used before and I had left over, and I just knit up until I only had 25 grams left of the merino cone, and then ball. It's not a cone, it's a ball. And then I knit, then I started decreases. So I increased unto a certain amount and then I decreased. Yes, that's how it's done. I'm super happy with how it looks. I'm actually, unfortunately, not really happy how it feels on my neck. Somehow I figured out that wool and mohair, maybe that's the combination that's a bit itchy to me, but I can't wear it that long because, especially if I sweat a bit, yeah, I find it quite scratchy, which is a bit sad. So I'm thinking about maybe gifting it to someone who's not that sensitive, or maybe selling it. I'm not sure yet. Yeah, but I really enjoyed the pattern. It was really easy to modify to my needs. And yeah, I really enjoyed knitting this. It was a really quick knit. I think I knit it up in 2 days, and yeah. Also thinking about doing like some tiny scarves as gifts for Christmas. Okay. Yeah, those were all my finished objects for now. So now we can move on to my whips. Yeah, my first whip. Let me show you. It is in this really cute Sestrine Grene bag, and it is the No Thrills sweater by PetiteKnit. I am knitting it up in, I'm gonna show you the fabric first. Yeah, I'm knitting it up in Knitting for Olive Merino in the color way Bottle Green. And then for the soft silk mohair, I'm using the colorway Petroleum Green. I'm just gonna show you how they look separately. Yeah, and I think together they just make this like super interesting fabric, and yeah, I so much enjoy knitting with this. It actually is a birthday gift knit for my mom. She picked out those colors, and to her liking I also modified the color to a folded color. And yeah, other than that, I'm knitting the size M from the No Thrills sweater, and I also modified the length of the raglan increases to the liking of my mom's, like how she wanted the body to fit, the body, the sweater to fit. Yeah, as you can see, I split for body and sleeves now, and I'm now working on the body part. That's how far I've got. And yeah, it's super nice to knit with this yarn. I mean, everyone, I guess most people are like quite a big fan of Knitting for Olive, and apart from them having like amazing colors obviously, and all the different mohairs and merinos, everything matching, and what I also super much appreciate is that they put up those pictures on their website with the swatches from, like, maybe you've seen them as well, and I think that's just so clever, because before you had to search on Instagram for like a real, I don't know, a few weeks ago where they maybe swatched like this one color with this other color that I imagined would be great together, and now you can just have them like on one picture and decide which combinations you want to choose. And I think that's really clever and super, it sparks so much joy to me, because it makes it easier, and it also gives you an idea of how the colors look together. I think that's amazing. And the other huge part I super much enjoy about their company is that they have like really high sustainability standards, and that's something that's also super important to me. And I'm also really privileged that I'm able to buy yarn from them. I know that it is really, really expensive, and there are folks out there who cannot afford always afford yarn from Knitting for Olive. So yeah, obviously it's great that there are cheaper options, but I think if you can afford it, it's really important to to be aware that wool from really cheap brands, you never know how those cheap live their lives and how they've been treated, and also how the people who have to take care of the cheap, you know, how they've been treated. And I think that's just something at least I want to be aware of. Yeah. Okay, now, sorry for the detour. Now I'm looking up in which needle size I knit this sweater. I'm knitting this sweater. So I did knit the collar in 2.5 millimeter needles, and I'm knitting the body in 3.5 millimeter needles. I do think that is not the correct, or at least not the recommended needle size, but I am always swatching. I'm not keeping the swatches because I just want to use the yarn. I think, yeah, some swatches are really beautiful, but I don't know, I kind of never keep them. I always rip them back and then just start knitting. So I guess I did a swatch, and with like the bigger, I think the recommended needle size, I think, let me look this up real quick, but I think the recommended needle size is actually 4 millimeter needles. Monday, no, what is it? It's a no frills sweater. No frills. Yep. Just gonna look this up. Oh yeah, that's it. I was right. So I basically sized down 0.5 needle sizes, millimeters. So the recommended needle size for the body is 4.0 millimeter needles. And yeah, I'm not sure how my row gauge, like if I hit gauge, I think I did not. Yeah. For now, I'm not really good at writing down my row gauge and if I hit it or not. Because in my experience from watching like a lot of other people knit on YouTube, it is such a personal thing, like how dense you knit, how your gauge ends up being, how many stitches you need to get to the 10 centimeters. That's so different and individual. Yeah, and for me it always worked out. I have it in mind that maybe I have to do a bit more rows, but I also think like with raglan patterns, it's really easy to modify them to just do maybe a bit more increases or less increases to then, yeah, modify it to the shape that you want to wear. Yeah, that's all I have to say about the no frills, modified no frills sweater that looks a bit like a Monday sweater. Yeah, really excited to maybe give this to my mom. Well, I guess not at the end of this month, but maybe before Christmas. That would be great to have it finished by then. Okay, my next whip. I'm so excited about this whip, guys. Well, I am super excited about the color, but I'm also really excited about the pattern, because this is, to me, quite a complicated pattern that I started. So this is the braidyloop sweater, and I'm knitting it up in Sandnes Garn Sunday in the color matcha, and Tin Silk Mohair also in the color matcha. I'm gonna show you the colors really close so that you can see. And yeah, I've just been, like loads of other people, I've just been on a hard green train. And I've been really excited to knit up something in this really bright green. And there's this one YouTuber, I can't remember her name right now, but I'm gonna link her like maybe under the braidyloop project notes in the description box. She knit up the braidyloop sweater in a similar colorway, and yeah, so I was super excited to also knit it up in a green, bright green color. And yeah, it is a saddle shoulder construction as far as I'm concerned, and it has really beautiful cables that go down the neckline, and also going down then if I'm knitting it up correctly, going down the arms as well. I'm gonna put in some pictures of the actual pattern photos if I'm able to do that, and yeah, you maybe also have heard about it. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about the needle sizes that I used. So I used 3.5mm needles, and I did not hit gauge. And since the pattern to me is quite complicated, I'm also doing no modifications, at least for now. I guess with the body length and the sleeve length, I'm definitely gonna knit it to my liking, but with like the whole measurements around the shoulders and the neckline, I was not I just didn't see myself being able to knit this up with making modifications, because even like with the regular pattern, to me it was quite complicated. I never knit cables. I found it quite difficult to understand what I was actually doing while I was doing it, and I also made a few mistakes, so I had to rip back. I started this on vacation when me and my partner went to the Netherlands, and I had like 4 days time to just knit, and I could really dive in. Since we've been back, I was not able to continue, but I am super excited to maybe finish this around the Christmas time. I'm not sure. Right now I'm focusing on gift knits. I'm having a lot of plans, and so for now this is staying on the cables. Yeah. Okay. I think, let me have a look. Yeah, I just had these two works in progress. So now we can move on to my acquisitions and plans. So, as I was just telling you, I went on vacation with my partner, and I brought back a lot of yarn. I am keeping my yarn in these Ziploc bottles. In Germany, they're called like this, these like Ziploc bags. And yeah, I am keeping my stash yarn in these Ziploc bags. Yeah, because I am quite scared to get moth. I had, like, in my old apartment, I had moth 2 times, and even then I was not knitting. I was just like wearing other wool clothes, and so yeah, I'm just a bit scared. That's also why I don't hang up swatches, because I'm just so scared that moths are gonna come in and just eat everything and destroy my work. And I don't want that. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna put all the yarn out, and then I'm gonna be back because it's gonna be really, really loud. Okay, I'm back. And now I'm gonna show you all the things that I bought in the Netherlands. So my partner and I, we always go on a really cozy vacation during autumn, and we always rent some sort of a cabin or a cute apartment with like a fireplace, and we just spend a really cozy and chill time. For the past 3 years we've always went to the Netherlands because it's not that far away, and yeah, we just like it there. And so this year, obviously, since I am knitting now, I had to look up some shops, some yarn shops, and I found one. The shop I went to was in Zuidlaren. I'm gonna put all the information in the description box below. And yeah, I had a really, really lovely time there. I came in, it was this really small shop, only 1 room, and I came in and there were like, I don't know, like 6 or 7 women sitting around a table and knitting, and it was so cozy. I was like, oh my god, I want this. I want this as well. I was thinking like when I'm older, but no, that's not true. I want this now. Yeah. I want to have like a regular knit group. That would be nice. Yeah, and I did my research beforehand, before going there, and I saw that they have a lot of Isager yarn. And since I never tried Isager, I thought that was my chance to look it up, and I did a list, and obviously I bought more than there was on my list. So with what am I going to begin? I think I'm beginning with the Alpaca one. That is a lace weight yarn, I think. It is 50 grams and 400 meters. It is 100% alpaca, and I bought it in the color 100. It is this really nice navy blue, and I'm planning to knit another sweater with knitting for olive merino and one strand of the alpaca one. So I bought I think 4 skeins of the alpaca one. I also bought alpaca 2 because it is so soft. I bought 1 strand of alpaca 2 in the colorway Sky. It is this super pretty, I don't know, rose brown, yeah, marled. Is that the way to say it? I think so. 50% wool and 50% alpaca yarn. It is 50 grams over 250 meters, so I think this is a fingering weight yarn. I also bought it in this really nice green color. It's called Forest. Yeah, I hope you are able to see the different colors and how it's changing a little bit, but yeah, I just think it's so pretty. And then, no, it's not lastly. I did wound up 1 of them. I think this one is called Time. It is also alpaca 2. And then I bought 1 alpaca 2 in the colorway 100 again. So this is also the navy blue color, but in alpaca 2. Yeah. And yeah, I am planning to use these the yarn for different gift knits. I'm planning to do some sort of gloves, or gloves, I guess. Maybe a hat. I'm thinking about, I have to look up my my list again. I'm thinking about doing maybe the classic ribbed hat by Pearl Soho. It is a free pattern on Ravelry. Since it is knit up in DK weight yarn, I'm gonna have to figure out if I'm gonna knit it up like with 2 strands, or maybe buy another yarn and this is gonna be the lace weight yarn. I don't know, I'm not sure. As you might notice, I have no idea about the different weights of yarn. I'm not good at remembering. Maybe I should do a list and then learn it for the next time. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm thinking about knitting a hat, gloves, yeah, that's what I said, and maybe some tiny scarves, because I really much enjoyed knitting the Simple Thing scarf. So I did look up a few patterns that I might be interested in knitting up with the alpaca 2. So one pattern I really much like is the Elizabeth scarf from Lisa Hannes. Yeah, I think she has like 3 different sizes. It has really nice, cable motif. Another scarf I'm thinking about is the Stay Toasty scarf by Tteokbokki or Veronica Lindberg. And another really nice scarf I definitely want to knit up is the scarf number 1 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. And yeah, I think those were all the patterns that I had in mind. I did purchase 1 ball of yarn by Lang Yarns. It is the baby alpaca in a colorway that I'm gonna put down in the description box because it is quite a long number. Yeah, it is this really nice petroleum blue green marled color, and it is so extremely soft, you guys. Oh, if you ever worked with this yarn, you know what I'm talking about. It is so extremely soft, and in the yarn shop they had this little baby cardigan knit up in this yarn, and I went to the lady and I was like, what yarn is this? This is so soft, oh my god. And she showed me the yarn, and then yeah, I picked out this color. And yeah, I'm thinking about maybe doing a scarf with this one as well, and I'm also having a friend in mind who would enjoy this colorway. Yeah, I think, no, I'm lying, that is not everything. I also wanted to show you the other tweed like sock yarn that I bought. I have 3 more acquisitions. When I bought the yarn for my socks that are now finished objects, I also bought 3 other colorways. So I bought this one. It is the color 240. It is this really nice bright red, also with these nice little specks. And then I bought this really nice green, like a forest green, with also tweed specks in it. It is the colorway 300 or 300, I'm not sure. And then I also bought this super nice, oh, so amazingly nice, like in Germany we would say Senfgelb, mustard yellow. Man, this is hard. Yeah. And I think this one is the colorway 317. Yeah, but I'm gonna put the information down below if you are interested to look at these as well. And the trekking yarn, the Acqisitions trekking yarn, I bought in an online shop. They also have a physical shop in Marburg. They're called Strickverliebt. You maybe already know them. They are a fair trade yarn shop, and 1 or 2, I think now there are 2, the 2 knitting podcasters that I named before, Lydia Rababa and Melina Knits. I think they both work there. And yeah, I've ordered a few times from their shop, and it's always really nice packed, and I don't know, they just seem to be really, really nice people, and yeah, I so much enjoy following them and also watching what they are doing. And in the future I definitely want to go and visit the store. Obviously I haven't come around to do that yet, but yeah, just wanted to recommend them. And yeah, I think now for the last part of my knitting podcast, or not knitting podcast, but yeah, it is a knitting podcast, but I wanted to say that now the knitting part ends. So if you only want to see knitting related content, you can switch off now. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, put them down below. If you want to know anything else about me as a person, put them down below. I'm happy to answer your questions, and I'm planning to do more knitting podcasts, maybe then be a bit more structured. I don't know if this was super chaotic or if it's just my own inner feeling that I'm a bit nervous to talk to a camera, because I usually never do that. Yeah, I'm also planning to do a what I knit in 2025 video at the end of the year, so yeah, if you would enjoy watching those, feel free to subscribe and also follow me on Instagram. I'm gonna put my handle down below. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you are interested in some little foodie kind of recommendations, you can stay. Yeah, I'm now gonna talk about recipes. So the true love of my life, next to lovely people, is food and cooking. And yeah, I have one recipe that has been rotating in my weeks for months, and it is Tteokbokki. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. And I'm especially using one recipe by the Korean vegan. She's a food creator on YouTube. She also put out, I think now, 2 cookbooks, and she makes really nice aesthetically pleasing videos, like cooking videos, where she also speaks a lot about her family history, about living in America and being Korean, and all those really interesting things. And I so much enjoy watching her videos. And yeah, I'm gonna link that recipe for tteokbokki down below. I really love eating that. It is like this savory and warm and sticky, like the tteok, I think, is the rice cakes, and they're just like so yummy and chewy and nice, and then like a really nice red sauce with like chili paste and garlic and vegetables. I love that recipe, and I'm gonna insert some pictures when I cooked it. And yeah, that's just something I wanted to share. And then also I wanted to share a tea that I am drinking every day. So my best friend, she gifted me a chai tea several months ago, and since then I've been buying this chai tea and drinking it instead of coffee, because I stopped drinking coffee like, I don't know, a few years ago, or maybe 1 year ago. And since then I've been drinking black tea, and now I really enjoy this sticky masala chai tea. Yeah, it's just so delicious. I can't describe how delicious it is. I think you can get it at Alnatura, but you can also order it online from the company. It's called Chai 7, and I think it makes also a really nice gift, because yeah, it's such a special tea. And then something else I wanted to share is this really cute advent calendar from the tea company Copper. I really enjoy their teas, and I wanted to try out some of their other teas, because I've been stuck on I think it's the green tea with lemon or lime. I think it's green tea and lime. I love it so much. They also have this like nighttime tea that I really enjoy, and so I wanted to try some more of their other teas, and I saw that they had like this little cute advent calendar, and I just thought that I wanted to give this to me and my partner, and when it's December we're gonna start drinking one of their teas every day. I'm really looking forward to that, and yeah, I love it. Oh, the little Christmas tree is sticking out. We don't want that. Okay, yeah, tea wise that's it. Since I am starting to think about my Christmas gifts and cute things I could give my friends and family, kind of thought I'd share like creators that I like here in this last section of my podcast, and yeah, you can check them out if you want to, because I think now it's also really important to support small artists, small designers, yeah, and if we share them, yeah, more people can support them, and that's great, I think. Whew. Yeah, I think I'm done. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it was not too chaotic. If it was, I'm sorry. This is my first time ever sitting in front of a camera talking to the internet. I'm still figuring out what I have to say, in which part, what information has to go in. So maybe my first one, yeah, be nice, that's what I want to say. But still, even though I was a bit nervous, this was so much fun. And yeah, I'm really much looking forward to get to know you guys in the comments. If you enjoyed watching my podcast, I would appreciate a like, share, or that you would subscribe to my channel. I also have a Instagram account. It is really small for now, but I'm planning to post more on there. Same goes for my Ravelry account. As I told you in the beginning, I'm not that good in like keeping notes, but I'm trying to be more precise, and yeah, if you have any more questions about the patterns, about how I made things, I'm trying to answer them in the comments. Yeah, stay safe, have a nice time, and see you next time. Bye!